All right, folks, it's time to say goodbye. It's been a good, nice, long ride, 3 years with me on YouTube, but that's about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching my videos, commenting, being here, supporting on my journey. But I think it's time to end it. What the fuck do I mean exactly by that, right? Yeah, I want to talk about the whole concept of killing ourselves in order to get better. And I'm serious. We have to die in order to be fully free. But what I mean is, a lot of these spiritual teachings show that the most ascended people, the ones that are able to let go of their ego and change completely and start manifesting great things in their life, are able to change themselves in the biggest way of killing themselves. Killing the person that they have been their whole life up until the moment of being able to let it go freely. And that means the story you have been telling yourself, who you believe yourself to be, the way you were thinking, the way you were talking, your behavior, your personality, and everything you have seen, experienced, and felt and been connected to, we have to let go of. From birth up until now, you have experienced plenty. A lot of people go through hardships, and what we experience, we start telling the story about it to ourselves. My life is hard. My parents have been uncaring. My mommy did this, my daddy did that. My siblings did this and that. And then some have visuals, some have better perception. So now it's, I'm a targeted individual. I've been abused by incubus and succubus. I've been messed with by archons, targeted by reptilians and gang stalked and raped, and everything we have gone through, we start telling the story about it to ourselves, of what our life is like. And as long as we are connected to that, we will not be able to live the life we fully and truly want. And look at me talking about this big serious subject before I change myself completely, or let go of the story I tell myself. Myself. How many aspects do I have? But yeah, I think it's an important subject to confront, because I look at people who will try really hard to use Neville Goddard, Abraham Hicks, and all, like, let's say Eckhart Tolle, and a lot of great teachers who seem to have, gone through a lot, but reached the point where they're able to completely turn off the identity and the person they used to be and become someone new, someone that they're super proud and happy with who are they today. And all those aspects of manifesting your future as your past, live as if your dreams have been already fulfilled, and all these great ideas and thoughts and emotions that we should have, and, just act as if and everything else. It's great, but we'll never be able to reach the result as long as we tell ourselves the story that still keeps us stuck. My biggest problem is communication. I know that at times, hey, seems like I'm doing decent enough. Other times it's hard to get the point through. It's hard to communicate. It's hard to use the second language and explain things that, are way easier to explain in my first, native language. But at the same time, it's like, how do you put that in words? The whole feeling that, your body can experience, but there are no exact words to express that thing. For me, that's one of the biggest challenges. Being completely honest and vulnerable, saying absolutely everything I want to say, despite of being judged or whatever anyone else might think and feel about it, and just being truly myself. Learning to take off the mask and to stop pleasing people, to stop sort of like, hey, I've tried to be really nice to you because I care about your feelings and I don't want to hurt you. But deep inside, I've been just acting and not allow myself to be who I am, just trying to pretend and to fit in, just to not be made wrong, bad, or guilty. And, for me, it's like, enough, let go of that stuff. You got to live your life, not somebody else's. No one else really cares about you or what you're doing. They can comment about it, but, everyone has their own life. So for me, like, that's one of the biggest things. Others have issues with love, relationships, money, a lot of other things. And let's say when you're looking at the love of your life, your soulmate, your twin flame, the person you just feel like you're destined to be together. You feel like they're the one, the only person you want in your entire life. You would do absolutely everything for them. There's no need to die for them. You would want to live for them in this world. And that says a lot. But there are like a lot of times where you try to get that person, and no matter what you did, you failed. The conversations didn't went how you wanted. Meeting them and then, oops, the body chemistry kicks in and then you're kind of acting weird. You can't be truly yourself. You make a fool out of yourself and then good luck getting a second chance. Or maybe there's the third party. Some are individual who's getting the attention of love of your life and you can't do absolutely anything to get them. And in the first place, they're thinking something else about you. They're making you bad, wrong, guilty for who you are. They see you as the enemy sometimes, no matter how hard you try to prove that, hey, you're probably the only person in their entire life who loves them more than absolutely anything else. And you would put your life so that they could have the best thing ever. And that's applaudable. That's amazing. But at the same time, everything that has gotten your way of getting that goal and living your dream life with that person, like, hey, they rejected me. They don't like me. They think this of me. And then you look at yourself. I look like a fool. I don't know how to communicate. No matter what I do, it still doesn't work. I've tried all these manifestation things and still nothing. And these stories we told ourselves over and over and over again about one thing or the other, relationships, even business, where, hey, you want to get your dream job or you want to make money, but no matter how hard you work, money just keeps on going away. There's always a problem. You just keep on losing. And no matter how much you make, something else will happen. Murphy's Law. Murphy himself is going to come over to your house and, cause a lot of trouble. And you're going to just, that's life. Just, one little thing after another. But we tell ourselves that again and again and again, and start building the identity of who we are every day, of how we're going to act, of how we're going to react. And that becomes us. That becomes Aquila. It becomes Jacob. It becomes Elliot or Sarah or someone else. And this identity and beingness we have, we start living the story we wrote and told ourselves that we actually despise with our soul and, full essence of who we are. It's like, no, my dream life is that, but I'm living this because I just told myself I am this. And I know, like, I'm probably talking in generalities. I hope I'm making the point. I hope some of you gets it. But it's like, we have to kill the person that we have been our entire lives in order to become someone we want to be. If we have lived with, I am shy, I have a hard time communicating, I get nervous around people, I might be camera shy, and every single thing I have told myself about who I am, like, my life is hard. It's kind of difficult to make money. Nowadays, who'd want a freaking session with me and everything else? And, everything I tell myself, it's my story. Not the one I like, the one I tell myself, though. My personality, how I am, my identity. And even though I would like to see life being something else, and I can dream about it, I can think about it, I can feel it, I can visualize it, and just like daydream about it all day long and feel like, yeah, this is what I've got. My dream is fulfilled. My future is already in my past. I've already lived in that house. I've already have met these people. I already have achieved this much. Nothing's going to change until we're able to let go of the things that hold us back. The part where my mom didn't care. She didn't give me enough attention. Dad was freaking alcoholic, control freak, and just got in the way every time he could. Maybe, like, hey, I've tried investing plenty of money, but I failed each time. Every time I put my money in, the market crashes. It's like, crap. What can I do about it? A lot of these things get in their way. We think about our dream life and we try to live as if, but we can't let go of the past. And good freaking luck. Good luck. It's like, it's still engraved in your memory. You have experienced all those things. But it's the hardest part to wake up in the morning and decide that, okay, this is the day I'm going to be the new me. Every single mistake I have made in my entire life doesn't matter anymore. Every single thing I have said, how I have behaved, who I was, my personality, my actions, and everything else doesn't matter anymore. And all the people that have hurt me and said all these things, I forgive you. I don't want to. I might hate you, but I forgive you. And we have to find ways to tell ourselves that the identity that we have assumed because of certain issues and decisions and traumas and everything else that has happened in our lives, letting it go would be the best thing so that you could practice who you want to be. Hey, people complain that I talk a lot. So what if I wake up and just practice talking slower, seeing if that would work? What if I would practice being happier? Well, what does that even mean? But we would define that to ourselves, every single bit of the character and personality we would like to have in that new life, your dream life that you would like to experience. And start living as if like, would you date yourself? Knowing absolutely everything about yourself, who you are, what you have done, your behavior, like, hey, you might see yourself as lazy, so would you date yourself? No? Well, how about you become your dream personality being that you would love to go for on a date? Not only looking good in your own description, not only, oh, wow, like that's the bod, but also the personality. How smart would you consider yourself to be? How you behave, your everyday routines and everything else. It's like starting fresh when you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. No matter how much you have experience in life, starting fresh is still a chance. And good luck, fucking 20-year-olds telling you how to live. What's that all about, huh? I'm not a teacher, I'm not a guru, I'm just a person who's experiencing life and seeing how telling the story again and again and again changes our neural network, changes how we see life and how we experience. But we have such a hard time letting go of that identity in order to experience something new. Like something's bad is going to happen or already happened and you're waiting for the consequences to meet people, to have a discussion over it and solve it. And part of you was always like, so nervous that you get Parkinson's, like, oh my God, what the fuck? And you're all shaking and everything else. But part of you is like, no. Why? Why stress and worry and react in that way when I can work on being the new person? Hey, stuff happens. Let's deal with it. Let's talk about it. Be calm about it. Not stress, not feed deluge with our energy. I mean, like, yeah, every single possible thing that can happen, it's out there. But trying to form the new beingness that you want to experience is hard. It's not easy. It's simply said. But learning ways to practice and try to experience that. Now that's a challenge that I think is worth taking. So that'd be my thing. I'm done being the old me. I'm done with the story I've been telling myself with what I am, what I have experienced, the things that limit me. And it would be great to start the new life. Be the new me that I want to be. Just like that. Woke up in the morning, decided to be different. Or who needs to wait for another day? Start right now, if this kind of thinking fits. But literally, in a spiritual sense, we have to kill ourselves, the identity that we have assumed, everything that has happened to us, the story we kept telling ourselves, like literally like, okay, that happened, but now it's, one of the pages. It's time to literally take a thing and close the old chapter, start a new one. Start the new arc of your life. Start living as a person you want to be. Good luck letting go of the old habits, old triggers and everything else, but we can start learning of or practicing being the new us, responding differently, acting differently, and starting to attract the new. So that's my take today, saying goodbye to the old self and start practicing living life with the new beingness. The story we keep on telling ourselves where I'm trapped, I'm not good enough, I'm not loved, everyone rejects me, I'm unlucky, I can't get that girl of my dreams, I can't get that guy, and everything else. Anything that gets in our way. And everything that stops us from, man, if I was just a bit more, funny, if I could tell more jokes, if I could make people laugh, that would be great. If I was more courageous, if I had more influence, and just start practicing that. Start practicing, well, tell a joke. It's not funny, tell another one. Practice, look up for a funnier joke and tell that one. Feeling fearful and shy? Well, the hell with it. Just tell everyone, hey, I'm afraid of this, I'm shy of this, and just go with it. And, all these secrets we keep to ourselves about, we don't want the world to see this thing. Not necessarily your most personal stuff, but if you're like really, really, really afraid and you're trying not to show that, I think a lot of people will notice. So if you just tell them right up, hey, I'm afraid, I'm worried about this, just let that poison out, because most people will be able to tell that, except you're trying to hide it from yourself. So just let it all go. Anyway, time for me to wrap it up, but hopefully you get the idea. And tell me, would you be willing to let go of the attachments you have to your old life? Not necessarily completely be done with family and everything else, but just the story you've been living, telling yourself about how bad things are, in order to start living better. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.